There are a lot of Greco-Roman gods, and you might even have your own favorite. But your favorite might not be the best. Like, Zeus might be the coolest, he's the king, but, he's not exactly a good person. So, which god the most morally good, even in today's standards? Some of my drawings will be done on other software, so spare me. First of all, we have to define what is morally good. It's really hard to actually define this since everybody has their own different views on what's good, what's bad, and it can depend from religion, whatever. What I'm using for this is the British Code of Ethics. They speak about respect, competence, responsibility, and integrity. If you have all of these, you're a pretty good person. These are the pretty bare bones of what we find good in today's society, but it's changed a lot over time. Our values are different, so some things could have been omissed in the old tales written by other people who lived in other societies with different things. For example, the key Greek values, they valued hospitality, strength in both ways, mentally and physically, and honor for the family. This can be seen through heroes, such as Heracles completing the trials as atonement. Honor. And they preferred Zeus, because he's the king of gods, but, he's, like I said, problematic. And this goes the same for Roman values. They valued a lot of bravery, loyalty, and having piety. This is seen by how Mars, or Ares, was kind of favored because they fought a lot. Anyway, forgetting all of that, let's talk about which god nowadays do we think is the nicest, the best, treated everybody right. A popular and common pick is Hestia, or Vesta. She was the goddess of the hearth, and she was known for being super compassionate towards the people who worshipped her, and she protected the sanctity of the home, with everybody having something dedicated to her in their house. And she was extremely essential in Roman religion, having the fire dedicated to her, catered to her by the Vestal Virgins. Another way of telling that she's really nice is she's never taken sides. In all of the Homeric stories and anything else you can find, she wasn't really significant in the Iliad, or she didn't even take sides in the Battle for Troy. All of her features line up with the Code of Ethics. She has respect for her people, she has competence to know not to get in any rash battles, she has responsibility, always looking after the home, and she has integrity. She was impartial to most of the battles. Somebody else I'd like to bring up is actually Hades. Despite him abducting and marrying his own niece, Persephone, he seemed to have most of the traits that are required to be good. He was respectful of all the people who had died and come to his realm, and according to Aristophanes, who was a playwright, he was described as being the most decent, showing his competence. And he was extremely responsible. He was dutiful and orderly, and was a keeper of stability. And he wasn't entirely impartial, but there wasn't too much about him. There are also a few minor gods that show a few of these traits, such as Asclepius, the god of medicine. He cared a lot about his people and showed a big sense of responsibility by reviving people from the dead. But this angered Zeus, and he had to die for it. Another minor god that's really significant is Nemesis, the goddess of retribution. Happiness and unhappiness was measured by her, and she avenged and punished divinity, showing her respect and responsibility as well as integrity. To conclude, there are a lot of good gods out there, but like I mentioned before, it is super hard to define. But in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions, I believe that Hestia is probably the nicest. This opinion could probably also be shared by people even back in ancient Greece and ancient Rome. And in most cases, a lot of the gods would agree too. She got along with nearly everybody.